Parents' aim is to give the best education to their children, but big issue is finding best schools for them. So let's know what are the available options for us which are having the best schools in India. Let's ask what are the India's best free central government schools in India. Okay, let's see what this suggests us. And we could see several schools which are suggested us. So first of all, we will be going one by one. Here, the number one school is Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas. So these are the schools which are established by Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti. And this Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti is under Ministry of Education in India. So these are established by Ministry of Education. Let's enter into the features. First of all, let's know what are the target group, like who can join these schools. Okay, so talented students primarily from rural areas. So there will be many talented students from the rural areas, and also there will be some quota and reservation even for the urban people, but compared to rural, urban will be having less number of people in the schools. Okay, they will be conducting selection test and a talent test for this exam, like schools to enter. So the people who are selected in the selection test, they can only enter into these schools. And let's see what are the facilities in the schools. Free education, free boarding, free lodging, uniforms and all textbooks. So whatever the things which are required in the schooling for everything for the children, they all will be looking after by the government only. So student will be getting everything for free. And curriculum. Let's see what the curriculum here focuses mainly on academics, sports, arts, and culture. So these schools will look upon all-round development of the student. Apart from the academic, high academic standards will be there. Apart from that, sports, like people and students, they will be giving daily training on the sports, and students will be sent to the even national and international competitions. And we have the history to showcase the achievements of JNV students among sports. And we could see arts and culture. So they will be providing training even in the different kinds of arts like music, drawing, and painting and all, and also with the culture. Like there will be a Guru Shishya Parampara, and they will be giving trainings on different kind of cultures and all. And along with these facilities, these schools will also having the facilities like all the equipped high modern infrastructure. These schools are built very long years ago, and even though they are having the best modern technological like labs and laboratories for even computer classes and smart classes, and also having the labs for chemistry, physics, and biology. They will be fully equipped. Along with that, these schools are having laboratories, libraries, and everything. So these, by this you can know these are the best schools for the children who want to develop in their all-round development and focusing on their academic standards. And let's see how many schools are there in India. So about 661 schools across India. So these schools are located one for one district. So every district in our India having one JNVs in their district. Special note, admissions are based on selection test conducted at the district level. So every year for the people who are studying in the 5th class, JNVs will be conducting a selection test. People who are selected in that test only, they can enter into this JNVs. So every year, every JNV will take 80 people from that district. And also, apart from the class 6, JNVs will also intake people who are studying in class 8. So they will be joining in class 9, and also people can apply who are completed their 10th class. They can apply for the class 11 JNV entry. So these are the options and opportunities we could utilize to have our best education. And the next two, second number school is Kendriya Vidyalayas. Have you heard of this name? So this is also established and maintained by Ministry of Education. Target group. So these schools are mainly targeted on children of transferable central government employees. So the people, the central government employees who will be transferring from one area to another area. So their people and their children can be joined in these KVs. And also it includes defense and paramilitary personnel. So the people who are the children of defense people, defense parents. So those kind of children can join in this KVs. So these KVs are not they are not they will not be providing any hostel facilities. So they should be children should be day scholars only. And facilities, high academic standards, modern infrastructure, laboratory, libraries, and sports. So these school also will mainly focus on all-round development. So apart from studies, they will be more focus on sports and other activities and curriculum. They emphasize on both academics and also on co-curricular activities. So there are 1200 schools in India. So many of the schools you can search, and the nearby school you can join. And there are nominal schools like fees. There are no fees for girls and SC/ST students, and also students of children of KV steps. Apart from this, they will be having some low fees. So these Kendriya Vidyalayas are mainly meant for the children of defense people. So the people who are studying working in defense, they can avail this opportunity. And next one is number three, that is Ekalavya Model Residential Schools. So these are also established by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So these are the schools mainly for the tribal people, like who are the rural people and tribal people who are living with the less facilities of schooling and boarding. So these are the schools which are providing facilities and the opportunity for those tribal people. So tribal children of class 6 to class 12. So 6 to 12 they can join this Ekalavya Model Residential Schools. And here also you could get free education, free boarding, lodging, and other facilities. So these model schools also provide free education and free boarding. So these are mainly for the tribal people. So who are living in tribal areas, they can join this model residential schools, and they are completely free. And here also the curriculum is comprehensive education, including academic, sports, and extracurricular activities. So apart from the studies, they also focus on sports and extracurricular activities. So these are the what people and parents will be expecting, right? So the parents who are thinking their student, their children should not be only focused on studies. They also should have some exposure to sports, technology, extracurricular activities, arts, culture, and everything, so that they will know the world and the real thing. They can get everything from the schooling, right? Yeah, parents should have this expectation from their children. Children should be developed in all kind of things so that they will be developed all round development. And the reach located in tribal dominated areas. So these schools are mainly located in wherever there are high population of tribals. There only these schools are located. So you can search on Google like where these schools are located. And the special note aim to bridge the education gap between tribal students and others. So actually there are other students are actually getting the better number of schools and better schoolings in their areas, but tribals are bit lack of better education facilities, right? So government is providing them these schools so that they can also come with a better education. And the next one is Central Tibetan Schools Administration. The name itself is saying that Tibetan. So these schools are mainly meant for the people, Tibetan people who are living in India. So this is not for Indian people. These are for Tibetan people who are living in India. So these are also maintained by Ministry of Education. And the main target is Tibetan people who are residing in India. So those people who are living in India, these schools are for them. It also gives free education and also focus on modern curriculum while preserving Tibetan culture. So they will be. I hope you have seen some Tibetan temples and all. So they focus mainly on peace and being calm, meditations and all. So they will be teaching apart from modern education. These things are also mainly kept focus. And the curriculum is blend of traditional Tibet and modern education. So it is a mix of both Tibetan culture and modern education. And these schools are in so wherever the population of the Tibetan is high, in those areas, these Tibetan schools are established. And main aim is to maintaining cultural identity while providing quality education. So these two keep that cultural identity along with the education. And the next one comes our Sainik schools. These are the number five schools in India set by the central government, and these are established by Sainik School Society. Okay, this is also under Ministry of Defense, not Ministry of Education. See, So Sainik itself represents the name of soldier or the people belongs to defense and who protect our country. So the people and children, parents who are expecting and hoping, aiming their children to get into the defense, military and everything. So these schools will be preparing them to their best. Like Sainik schools will prepare the children as Sainiks for India. Okay, so these are main focus is make the children ready for the military. So boys and girls who are aiming to join for the defense in their future, so these are the best option for them. So if you get into the Sainik schools, they will be make you ready for the defense. Like it will make you like mini defense only. But to enter into these schools, children should write one selection test. In after selecting in that selection test only, they can join science schools. It is mainly oriented on defense education and mainly focus on discipline, physical fitness, and academic excellence. So while it is making the children ready for the defense, that means you can understand and imagine that how perfect it will be in sports, physical fitness, leadership, and all in all-round development. And it also emphasizes more on teamwork, leadership, and holistic development. As we have seen, this is mainly oriented, defense oriented, right? So they will prepare the children right for the defense. And there are only 33 schools across India. So these are very less in number but high in competition. Scholarships and subsidies are also available to make education accessible. So for the selected students, there are some opportunities to get scholarships and subsidies. And the next one, number 6, that is Rashtriya Military Schools, RMS. These are the schools which are rarely located, and these are also, we could see the name is military, right? Military schools. So these are also schools mainly oriented on defense. The target group is, and these are also maintained by Ministry of Defense. Sainik schools and Rashtriya Military Schools are established and maintained by Ministry of Defense in India. Okay, so people who are children who are aiming for the armed forces defense field, they can join these schools so that they will be mainly and perfectly ready for the defense in their future. And the facilities are military training, academic education, and co-curricular activities. So along with academics, they will be giving the military training to the students, and also it will provide co-curricular activities. And these courses mainly focus on discipline, physical fitness, and moral values. So military want this, the people who are with most discipline, physical fitness, and moral values. So they will prepare their children as they require. And there are only 5 schools in India. There are Bangalore, Belgaum, Chal, Dholpur, and Ajmer. So there are only 5 schools in India which are comes under Rashtriya Military Schools. Scholarships are also available to ensure accessibility. And the next one is National Model Schools. So there are many specific national model schools are there. So their names are different, but they come under national model schools. So that's like here it has given one example. Rajkiya Pratibha Vikas Vidyalaya in Delhi. So there are different kind of schools in different places, and they comes under national model school. And they mainly focus on academically talented students. So of course they will conduct a selection test, and those selected students only can join into this national model schools, and it will provide free education, high academic standards, and overall development. So this is what we want: overall development and all-round development, right? Curriculum. Comprehensive development including academics and extracurricular activities. And admission is competitive and based on academic performance. So these are the opportunities available for primary school students, like people who are studying in class 5 and under primary school students. They can write these kind of talent test and selection competitive test to get into these best schools of India which are maintained by central government. They can study for free and get the best education along with all round development. So if you want your children to get into such kind of schools and have that kind of education along with all the facilities, and having some of the schools are free and they are providing the best facilities along with all round development in sports, arts, culture, and extracurricular activities and co-curriculum activities. So if you want your children to be have the best standards and high standards, then think of this. So get research on these things and get to know about how these selection tests are conducted and what are the selection criteria. So I will be preparing the most next informative videos particularly to this particular schools so that get to know about these things and follow me to know more about these schools and their education to give the best education to your children. Follow Biko Navodayan to know more. Thank you.